Welcome back, children. Now, in the previous classes, in the previous videos, we have clearly mentioned you and we have clearly discussed about the story of microorganisms, that there are two types of microorganisms. One is useful, other one is harmful. Okay, one is useful microorganisms and the other type is harmful microorganisms. In that video, we have discussed that these microorganisms are very useful in the preparation of food materials like curd, idli, those are fermented products, breads, cakes, etc. So that means in the bakery products also, with the help of microorganisms, we were able to prepare fluffy cakes and all. Right? So in the first thing we have discussed that microorganisms are useful for the preparation of food material, for the preparation of medicines like antibiotics. And the third, we have seen that prevention is always better than cure, and for that reason only scientists came forward and they have invented vaccines. The first vaccine invented is Mr. Edward Jenner for the disease called smallpox. Later on, there were many antibiotics discovered by many scientists. That means these microorganisms are useful for the preparation of medicines and also they are useful for the preparation of vaccines. And to increase soil fertility and also for nitrogen fixation, these microorganisms are very useful. With that concept, you understood that for the process of decomposition also, for the improvement of soil fertility also, what is necessary? Microorganisms are necessary. So with that video, you came to your conclusion that there are many uses of microorganisms. Whereas now in this video, you are going to conclude that not only uses, there are some harmful microorganisms. Some microorganisms are very useful in our daily life, in our daily activities, whereas the other ones are very harmful. That microorganisms are called harmful microorganisms. What are those called? Harmful microorganisms. That means through that microorganism there is a danger. There is a danger bell which is ringing by a microorganism. Such type of microorganism is corona. Now everyone's throat is being squeezed. Everyone is getting danger bells because of this coronavirus. So it is also a microorganism. It comes under the group called, this COVID-19 is coming under a group called virus, and it is causing death bells in so many houses. Why? Because some microorganisms are harmful. Some microorganisms are wonderful. So that microorganism is called as corona, which attacks respiratory system of man. That is why when you get that disease called corona, what you are getting? You are getting cough, you are getting sneezes, you are getting high temperature. With that, you are getting alert and you are getting a positive test and you are getting your treatment, or else it will attack your lungs and obviously you have to meet the zone of death. You have to meet the door of the death. Okay, now you got my point now. So in such a way, if you take, there are different kinds of microorganisms. Few microorganisms are useful, few organisms are harmful. Few microorganisms are harmful. Now when you come to harmful microorganisms, what is the harm it is going to do is, first of all, it causes danger and dreadful diseases in human beings. Dangerous diseases like tuberculosis, dangerous diseases like conjunctivitis, dangerous diseases like smallpox, chickenpox. All of you see that coronavirus. Everyone is now having a big headache on their head. Everyone is locking down yourself in your houses. No schools for you. Offline classes became online classes. The study inside the school became the study at home. Work at home. All our pattern is being changed because of a single virus called coronavirus. So this virus is so there are diseases which are caused by bacteria. There are diseases which are caused by virus. There are diseases which are caused by protozoa. There are diseases which are caused by fungi. So here varieties of diseases are there which are are caused by varieties of microorganisms. All such microorganisms comes under a group called harmful microorganisms. First of all, they can cause diseases in human beings. They can cause diseases in what? Human beings. Then not only in human beings, they also cause diseases in plants. Several plants have less productivity because of attack of these microbes. They will be attacked with so many diseases because of these microorganisms. Later on in the next classes, you will understand what are the dangerous diseases which are caused to plants because of various microorganisms. So the first harm is diseases in human beings. Many diseases are caused in human beings due to microorganisms. At the same time, diseases in plants. Several plants are attacked by microbes, and they will be attacked with the diseases. And even in the livestock, even in the cattle, even in the poultry, all these also they cause diseases. Several diseases are caused even in the livestock also. And not only these diseases, not only causing diseases in human beings, not only causing diseases in plants, not only causing diseases in livestock, they also can spoil the food. They also can spoil the food. They also can spoil the clothes and other things. So many things can be spoiled because of these microbes. Food can be spoiled because of these microbes. When a microorganism is entered into a food, it becomes a poison food. That is called food poisoning. Okay, so you got my point, ma? So diseases are caused in human beings because of microbes. Diseases are caused in plants because of microbes. Diseases are caused in livestock, that is poultry and cattle, because of microorganisms. Not only causing diseases, they also have the ability of spoiling the food, clothes and many other things in and around the world. Okay, so there is a very great danger because of this harmful microorganisms. Harmful microorganisms. So the microorganisms which are causing diseases, maybe in plants, maybe in livestock, or maybe in human beings, whatever it is, such disease causing microorganisms can be termed as pathogens. What is that, ma? Pathogens. Pathogen. So pathogen is the term which is used to indicate that this microorganism is capable of disease causing. That means a disease causing microorganism can be termed as pathogen. Now Salmonella typhi, which is causing typhoid in human beings. So what is Salmonella typhi now? Salmonella typhi can be termed as what? Pathogen. Mycobacterium tuberculosis, which is causing tuberculosis. Which is causing what? Tuberculosis. So this is called as what? This is called as pathogen. So Mycobacterium tuberculosis is a pathogen. Polio virus is a pathogen. HIV virus is a pathogen. Got my point, ma? So any microorganism which is capable of causing a disease in our body is called as what? Pathogen. And how this pathogen is entering into our body? How coronavirus is entering into your body? How corona deaths are occurred in and around the society? What is happening? Through what way microorganisms are entering into our body means not each and every organism have the same channel of entering into the body. Different microorganisms have different routes in entering into our body. Okay, first of all, let us talk. First of all, pathogens may enter into air. Pathogens may live in air. Now, in that air only we are inhaling. That air only we are exhaling. Okay, now you got my point, ma? So, air is a mixture of all the gases. Along with that, several pathogens are present in the air. When you are discussing in the lesson called 3.1, I already mentioned you that pathogens, not only pathogens, microorganisms can live in air, water, food, soil. That means if air is composed of pathogens, if you are inhaling that air, what will happen? What will happen? That pathogen will enter into your body. So through air, pathogen may enter into your body. And through water, air we breathe. What water you are drinking, whether it may be general water or mineral water, whatever it is, if the water is not pure, if the water is having impurities, that impurities may have pathogens, and if you drink that water, through that water also microbes can enter into your body. Microbes can enter into your body. Okay, and next, through food also microbes can enter into your body. When your food is not properly covered, that will be exposed to microorganisms, maybe through air, maybe through water, or maybe through any animal or insect. And obviously when you eat that food also will cause you diseases. That makes the pathogen to enter into your body. So what is the first root? Air. What is the second root? Water. And the third root is food. And not only that, through direct contact. If you have any direct contact with in the sense, if you touch. If anyone is having some skin disease called scabies. You know that, no? So scabies. Understand? So this scabies mite is present on their body, and if you touch them, obviously the scabies mite also will enter into your body and affect your body also. Like that. If you have any personal contact, direct contact with the disease caused person, already disease to suffer on the person, if you have direct contact with them, obviously that disease causing organism will enter into your body. Got my point, ma'am? Now when you take corona, all of you are having mask now. Without mask, no one is going out. Why? What is there in that? What are you protecting yourself? How you are protecting yourself from coronavirus means through this mask. And every time you will sanitize your hands. For what purpose you are sanitizing? For what purpose you are covering your body, covering your nose and mouth with mask means, see here, this is when you come in contact with a person who is suffering from corona. What will happen? When he talks, droplets of saliva will come out. When he sneezes, droplets of saliva will come out. When he coughs, droplets of saliva will come out. And immediately, the droplets of saliva will contain what? Microbe called COVID-19, corona. Okay, so this coronavirus, immediately it may enter, because the site of entry is what? The site of injury, the site of action happens in which system, you know? Respiratory system. So it may enter through your nose or it may enter through your mouth. That is the reason why you cover your nose and you always cover it through your mouth. It won't enter through ears. It won't enter through eyes. And why are you sanitizing your hands, you know? Whenever someone sneezes, whenever you touch a coronavirus patient, if his droplets fall on your hands, obviously your South Indians will have this intention of what? Always you will touch your hands. You will keep your hands on your mouth and nose. Obviously when you touch them, these microbes will enter into your mouth. These microbes will enter into your nose. The site of action of coronavirus is what I said? Respiratory tract. So in respiratory tract, first of all, nostrils are there, nasal cavity is there, pharynx is there, larynx is there, trachea is there, bronchi is there, bronchioles are there, alveoli are there, and finally they enter into lungs. First of all, the site of action for this coronavirus. Why are we sanitizing, you know? To make this corona to die in our hands. Because not that your hands will be affected. You have a habit of touching your hands onto your nose and mouth. Immediately that virus will enter into your nose, nostrils, nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx. Then you will have throat pain. Then you will have cough. Then you will have sneeze. To make this coronavirus to die, to kill this coronavirus, our body temperature increases. So our temperature increases. That is called fever. When you get high fever, when you have throat pain, because coronavirus is traveling now. Immediately you will go to your doctor. Doctor, after seeing your symptoms, he will suggest for what? He will suggest for test. Which test? Nasal discharge you are taking, or else he will collect the discharge from your throat. Okay, nasal discharge. So immediately when they collect this nasal discharge, they will examine under microscope and they will find out, they will trace out coronavirus. They will trace out coronavirus, and finally you will be treated as corona positive and you will be isolated for 14 days. After 14 days, the diet what you take, because no medicine for that now. No medicine for that. No vaccine for that. Okay, so still investigations are going on in the microbiological laboratories. So finally, after 14 days, with your immune power only, you will fight with this coronavirus, and finally you will subside your symptoms, and after 14th day, again you will go to your test, you will get a negative report, and again. So this is because of what? Direct contact. That's the reason. So in this way, from the person who is infected with that any disease, not only coronavirus, now it's burning issue. That's why I have explained about corona. Not only coronavirus, whatever the disease is, if a person is able to spread the disease, that is called as direct contact. So a pathogen can enter through air, can enter through water, can enter through fruit, and can also enter through direct contact with the diseased person. And not only that, it can enter through animal or insect. Animal or insect. Okay, now you got my point, ma? So now when you take mosquito, actually malaria is caused by mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito. But the pathogen which is giving you malaria is not mosquito. It is Plasmodium. It is what? Plasmodium. I have mentioned you before already. Okay. So this pathogen, how it is entering is through insect called mosquito. The pathogen which is causing you malaria is Plasmodium. But the route of entry into our body is through mosquito bite. When mosquito bites, the Plasmodium which is present in that body, which body? Mosquito body, will enter into your body and you will get the disease. You will get that disease. That is called as what? Malaria. In general now what you will say? Domakaadu valla malaria. But of course, through that animal, that insect called female Anopheles mosquito, it is acting as a vehicle. That is why this is called the vector of the disease. It is not pathogen. Disease causing microorganism is Plasmodium, and the vehicle which is transmitting the disease into our body is this animal or insect called what? Female Anopheles mosquito. So what is the disease causing microorganism? Pathogen. Pathogen is Plasmodium, and the vector is female Anopheles mosquito. Now, when you take a housefly, housefly lives in garbage. In garbage, so many microbes will be present. So, whenever it is moving in the garbage, or whenever it is moving on the excreta which was excreted by a diseased person, the waste which is released out by a diseased person. Take TB. TB is caused by what? Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This is causing a very dangerous and dreadful disease called TB, tuberculosis. Okay, when an infected person with tuberculosis splits out, sputum will be released. In that sputum, what is present? Mycobacterium tuberculosis is present. And on that sputum, if a housefly settles, what will happen to its body? What will be attached? That bacteria will be attached. And now that same housefly which wandered on the garbage, which wandered on that sputum, which wandered on the excreta of the diseased person, again comes and settles in your kitchen. It may be on your water, it may lay upon your food which is uncovered. That's why it's must that you have to keep your kitchen clean. Kitchen should be very clean, properly covered with lids, proper lids. Water should be thoroughly filtered. Either use aquaguard or you drink just filtered water, or you drink boiled water. Whatever it is, your kitchen should be very, very clean. Or else, what will happen? These mosquitoes, or else this housefly, which is acting as a vector, which will attack your food, and the same food will you eat. Already the microorganism which is attached to the housefly's body will settle on the food, and now the same food you are eating, and obviously you will suffer from the disease which was carried by that housefly. So this is called vector. Understand, ma'am? So like this, there are many harmful microorganisms which is causing us very dangerous and dreadful diseases. So meet you back in the next video for the next important concept. Thank you, children.